Salvete omnes, this is I'm Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. In the last episode, we fell into a burning ring of fire and defeated Pyro in Warp Room number 3. Crash's quest is starting to get much more difficult. We haven't found the red gem yet, but we have found the green one. And now it's time for Warp Room number 4, starting with level 16, Avalanche. First, let's hear from the elemental mask of this group.
The Crash Bandicoot, eh? Oh, I've heard so much about you, and this is the hero I have to blow away? Ha! Seems like a bunch of hot air to me.
Yeah, he's the snarky one of the group. That is Lolo. Not the town in western Montana, nor the Kirby character who got a puzzle game spin-off, but the elemental mask of air. And the only one whose name doesn't really have an obvious association with his element, actually. Not really sure what Lolo has to do with air, unless it's supposed to be like low atmospheric pressure or something. But anyway, this is a Coco level, and an ice level at that. Or at least snow. We have 113 boxes to deal with. And a lot of the same enemies that we found in level 1, actually. We have that, and I'm not actually sure what that goes to. Since these boxes are already here, and I didn't see any outlines earlier in the level. Maybe it's this group. I actually don't remember all that much about this level. Aside from the main gimmick of it, which we'll get to soon enough. For now, we'll just head on through. Beware of the penguins. Do not try to walk directly onto this bonus platform. There is a small hole there, or gap in between them. As they say in London, mind the gap. So let's do the bonus area. Surprisingly early in the level. And for once, we're actually starting on the right side and going to the left. That's actually the only instance of that I can think of in a Crash game. I'd be surprised if it's the only one in the entire series, but I certainly can't recall any others. We have 48 boxes, but most of them blow up. If you couldn't tell already. Just jump across here. And we're almost through. Now here it might look like you can use the Nitro Sneak ability, but remember Coco doesn't have that, which I'm absolutely devastated about, I assure you. I'll just go ahead and slam these, and have done with it. 3 extra lives, nice. I have a feeling we're gonna need those. Oh hey, we have 67 Wumpas and 67 extra lives. So, first checkpoint. Ah, wanted the one up there. Oh well. And now we have to slide down a slope with ice physics. You know, I never did like the ice physics in any Crash Bandicoot game that had them. They were annoying in Crash 2, and they're still annoying here. And I almost hit the nitro. Yeah, try ice physics, slopes, and nitros. Just to be glad we're not in Warp Room 4 of Crash 2. Getting some of the secrets in that one was painful. Also, second checkpoint already. Now, you might be able to see where this is going. Notice the level's called Avalanche, and we haven't actually seen such a thing yet. Well, here it is! Surprisingly not all that fast. It's not that difficult to outrun it. The main difficulty with this section is these flags, or ski gates, whatever they are. You have to go between all 22 of them if you want the second gem for the level, which is kind of hard because you have to react to them coming in time. Oh heck. And the Avalanche is actually catching up. The Avalanche is surprisingly easy to outrun, but you can't go too fast all the time or you'll miss the flags. Up to 14. I missed a 1-up back there, but as long as I get through and get all the flags. 18, almost there. 19. I almost missed that one. 21, and 22, alright, yeah. You need to get all of those to get the second gem for this level, which I think is the only time they do something like that. Unless I'm misremembering one of the secret levels. So there we go. Got both of the gems, got the crystal. Let's head out. Yeah, that's another surprisingly short level. It actually feels a lot like level 12 to me. They both involve Coco. They're both oddly short. They both finish off with a section that involves getting chased and driving a vehicle. And they both have a second gem at the end. So, let's move on to level 17, Droid Void. Another thing we got last episode is the Death Tornado Spin, and we couldn't use it in level 16 because, again, Coco doesn't get the power-ups. So I'll see if there's any good place to show it off here. Yeah, it kind of gives you a little bit of a hovering ability that you have to button mash for. As for level 17 itself, it has 169 boxes and bottomless pits that you can fall into. Ominous music. Am I supposed to double jump that? Or slide jump, I suppose. This is actually kind of a cool level. We have some space age type enemies. One thing that's not cool about it is this. The monkey bars, or whatever you want to call them. Remember these from Crash 2 and 3? Well, they're back in Crash 4, except for some reason the developers made them excruciatingly slow. Why they did that, I don't know, but boy does it make the levels that have them tedious. Look at this, I mean, I would have been to that checkpoint if this were any other game that had these. It's ridiculous. Fortunately, they're not very common, but jeez. Okay, I'm gonna spin this thing. How badly do I want those Wumpas? Anyway, with that drawn-out bit of gameplay, we're at the first checkpoint. Yeah, I had to get that before it disappeared. Wait, what even hit me there? Huh? Oops. Oh, right, they're electrified. I actually forgot about that. So you kind of have to alternate between the top and the bottom. As if we needed more reasons not to like this section. So I can, yeah, okay, I can just double jump to get back up there. So now, why did I lose my Aku Aku the first time, and why is Crash's spin not working on these boxes? What the heck? There we go. At least the ones on that are on the floor don't make us go slow. Okay, you can just barely make that, I bet. That's a pretty cool looking bonus platform, I gotta say. Very techno music, 26 boxes. Yeah, they're really using the power-ups now. I don't think any level requires the tornado spin just to complete. Okay, so here's another use of the Nitro Sneak. If I could remember which button I set it to. Okay. with that use of our, with that shoehorned use of our power-up in, we can continue. Not a lot to that bonus, was there? Anyway, though, moving on. And now it's time for a vehicle of a different kind. Oh, graphical glitch? What? That's not good. If I die and restart, will that be fixed? That's weird. Okay, we're back. No graphical glitches this time. I kind of want to leave that in just because at least it would be thematically appropriate for that to happen in the level full of robots. But whatever. So the mech, basically all it does is jump and shoot. It's not unlike the one we used for the third boss fight, but we actually get our own projectiles this time instead of the squirt gun. And it's not very good at aiming. I keep trying to hit that box up there, and it's just kind of going right past or through it. Yeah, that really looked like it should have hit. And we can't get out of the thing to jump on the arrow crate. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this thing is less terrible than pretty much all the other vehicles in this game, but I'd still just rather control regular Crash. He's more agile. I know this has a projectile attack and regular Crash doesn't, but it feels like it kind of doesn't make up for it, honestly. Also, this is the first time we've seen these enemies outside of the X5 levels. Or should that be 5X, where X is an integer? I also keep getting this confused with some other mechanical device where you basically have a delay between when you press the jump button and when you jump. It doesn't have a body slam, but it doesn't need one because you can destroy the body slam crates just by jumping on them. Because big robot suits are heavy. See what I mean about the aiming, though? Suppose this is just a preview of the bazooka that we'll get for beating this warp room. I know that's kind of a spoiler, but I already said that the power-ups you get for defeating bosses in this game are the same as they are in Crash 3, aside from the Nitro Sneak. I would have liked the Aku Aku, but I don't think the invincibility would help me when I'm in this thing, actually. It's also not always consistent about whether it turns red or green. Like, sometimes it'll be green and I'll shoot and miss. Sometimes it'll be red and my shot will actually hit the thing I'm aiming at. Also, those enemies kind of look like the knights from levels 4 and 11. In fact, I wonder if they're just a graphics swap. Would make sense. Go ahead and smash a couple more of these. I'm not sure what this purple stuff is, or what it does to you, if anything. So far, nothing. Checkpoint number 3. I guess we'll just let that robot go on its merry way. And that one. It takes so long to shoot things, sometimes you're better off just avoiding them. Fire into all those nitros and let everything explode. Blow up the crates, and anything stupid enough to be standing next to the crates. Also, are they playing the loading screen sound effect in the background of this one? Sure sounds like it. Yeah, I don't know, like, this level is cool thematically, but it's kind of dull. Part of that is because of the mech suit, like I said. It's another of those that feels like it should be more interesting than it is. Okay, if the dang cursor would stay where I actually put it. Okay, up to 96 boxes. Yeah, I see those nitros there. Doesn't mean I'm going to hit them, but... I don't need to shoot all the nitros in this level, do I? Because I could picture that being a thing that might be necessary, like they wouldn't put the detonator in because you could just shoot them, but I'm going to assume that there is a detonator. Also, purple gem path. And we're going to take that. I'm surprised we actually get to keep the mech for it, though. So, this gem path, I remember nothing about it. Like, all the others I at least have some details. Like, the blue one we've seen already, and I remember that all too well. The yellow one is just more minecart stuff. I vaguely remember bits and pieces of the red one, and I kind of remember the green one having a big nitro bridge. The purple one, though, complete blank. So I guess we'll find out together. So far it kind of looks like just an extension of the normal part of the level. Just with more enemies and nitros. And another enemy that we didn't see before. Kind of makes me wonder if you could actually skip the mech. Okay, I can go down here. Not sure what that was, what kind of aiming that was, besides terrible. Come on. Gosh, why is this so hard? I'm just gonna leave that guy alive because I don't feel like taking the time to try to aim at him. And that definitely looked like it should have hit. You see what I mean? There we go. See, it just won't even stay in the same place. It's like it has drift or something. But I guess we do get to be invincible in the mech. Not that it helps us much. Can I shoot that guy from here? There are a lot of nitros in here. Yeah, this doesn't really seem that much harder than the regular path through the level. Maybe that's why I didn't remember it. There we go. And now, of course, we have to die because we don't want to do the rest of the level again. Which will take a while since I have 2 Aku Akus. But there we go, that was the purple gem pathway. That is actually the only other gem pathway we'll be doing in the main story. Because the red and yellow ones, we won't get their corresponding gems until Warp Room 5, and it seems a bit silly to backtrack all that way for them. And the green one is in the last level of the game. And I figured at that point, I'll have my hands full with the final level, final boss, and the credits. So we'll come back for the other 3, but for now, It'll just be the blue and purple ones. Incidentally, this is also the only game past Crash 1 where the purple gem actually gets its own pathway. In both Crash 2 and 3, it was just folded into the one that had all 5 of them. The purple gem gets no respect. It wasn't even in It's About Time. I guess it's better than the orange gem did, which was in Crash 1 and conspicuously absent from every other game since. Maybe there is an orange gem in Twinsanity, I forget. Anyway, though, moving on to our regularly scheduled level already in progress. Get blown up. This time skipping that. At least we don't have to run away from anything in this one. Wasn't sure if I could make that jump. There's our power crystal. Gotta be careful with some of those blast radii. Oh, that's gonna be a pain to hit, isn't it? How do I actually get that? Fire into the void. The Droid Void. Maybe it would be easier if I go this way? Where's some L and R screen scrolling when you need it? See, it looks like I should be able to get that just by jumping. Not quite, I guess. See what I mean about how terrible the aiming on this thing is? This just feels like they didn't even test it. Actually, I can't jump and shoot, can I? No, I cannot. Okay. I might be here a while. There we go. Okay. Please tell me I don't die before the next checkpoint. Because that was more annoying than getting around the nitros. Or doing the gem pathway. What is it even aiming at there? The camera? Not really sure why that didn't hit the nitro. Okay, that's gonna blow up. And we did not have to shoot the nitros. Good. Alright, so that's that level done. Kind of a tedious one, but it was okay. I'd rather do it than level 14. So I think we're going to call it here. I'll see you as we continue through Warp Room 4 next time.